If you can't kill a boss, no reason why you can't look like one. Moogle putting the wow in transmogs.
Gonna click on Mythic of Tomb of Sargeras to pick up the Awakening Horror Spolders. Razor Druid drops at 5% drop rate. So the shoulders and the belt are both from Tomb of Sargeras Mythic. The chest is the first tier of BFA, Tunic of the Sanguine Deity, Uldir Heroic. Gahoon is the boss, 5% on the drop rate for the chest piece. Moving on to the belt, which is part of the same tier set as the shoulders, Wasteguard of Profane Duplicity. Tomb of Sargeras Mythic, killed Jaden himself, drops that particular belt. Now the legs are part of the same tier set as the chest, Uldir Heroic, Mother is the boss. Pathogenic leg wraps, fair drop rate. You could also craft the piece too if you're a leather worker, because I think it's bind on pickup there. The feet, moccasins of Silent Passage, Trial of Valor, Guarm, fair drop rate for those boots. Moving on to the wrists, which are from the Burning Throne LFR version, the Mother of Night, Bracers of Wanton Mortality. Moving on to the Fetid Horrors, Tangle Cloak, Uldir Heroic, Fetid Devourer, 10% drop rate for the cloak. The tabard is Horde only. You're going to need Exalted Rep Warsong Battle Tabard from your tabard vendor in Orgrimmar, and the headpiece, Hellfire Citadel Heroic, Dia Dark Whisper is the boss, 14% drop rate, and the weapon, love this weapon, Mindbender Flame Blade, Hellfire Citadel Mythic. Once again, showing the love to the Horde again. It's basically just the tabard that's Horde, but that tabard could also go with the first set that we showed, I do believe. Ricocheting, Shoulder Guard, Siege of Orgrimmar, LFR. That's a rogue recolor. Cursed Scarden Vest. You're looking at Grim Batal, which is from Canada. Or Canada, from Cataclysm. Has nothing to do with Canada. Anyway, Damron's Belt of Darkness, Siege of Orgrimmar, LFR, Earthbreaker Harem, 20% on the drop rate for the belt. So the belt and the shoulders, the headpiece, the braces are all from the LFR, Siege of Orgrimmar. Legions of the Path, Lost City of Tolvir, Siamat, 8% on the drop rate, another piece from Canada. The feet, Treads of Violent Intrusion. You are looking at Tomb of Sargeras Heroic, various mobs, or you can buy it on the auction house. Nice piece to buy though. Bomber Blackened Wristwatch, Siege of Orgrimmar, LFR, easy get there. The back, Gilded Thorian Cloak, going with that gray cloak from Karazhan DC version. Pretty decent drop rate, a lot of pets you could get there. And the tabard, Battle Tabard of the Defilers, this is Orgrimmar is the place, and that is Horde only, but that looks epic with this set. Korkron, Elite Skull Mask with Siege of Orgrimmar, LFR, Garrosh Hellscream himself, and the weapon, you know I love Mindbender, Flame Blades, they look awesome. Once again, we have a Horde only piece. Now, the other two sets that are Horde only, you could obviously make a quick swap out of one piece, but this one's going to be kind of difficult to make some swaps because there's a few Horde pieces. The shoulders aren't one of them. That's an easy get though. Demonic Gladiator's Fellskin Tunic, Legion PvP Vendor, that's the Horde only piece, as well as the legs and the boots, and I think the bracers, so quite a bit of Horde pieces. Girdle of Night and Day makes an appearance here. Throne of Thunder, regular modes when 5% on the drop rate for the belt. Moving on, we're going to hook you up with the legs, part of the same PvP set as the chest. Demonic Gladiators, Fellskin Laggards, Marks of Honor. You got to buy the whole set, by the way. That's the way it's currently configured now. That might change in the future though. Moving on to the feet here, Gladiator's Boots of Cruelty. If you're Alliance, you got to go warmongering, but you're gonna have to make a lot of changes if you're Alliance, because this is a lot of Horde pieces here. Moving on to the wrist, which of course is the Demonic Gladiator's Fellskin Wrist Guards, Legion PvP Vendor, part of the same tier set as the chest and the legs. Next up, back, Demon or Demonic Gladiator's Demon Thread Cloak, a lot of demon stuff, so you know it's Legion PvP Vendor there. Headpiece, WAD level engineering, check your local engineer, check your local auction house for those goggles. and the weapon, Tibu's Scorching Straight Sword. You're just going to have to buy it on the auction house. Moving on, we're looking at a Blood Elf Demon Hunter Shoulders, Fel-themed Infernal Shoulder Pads. I happen to like balls on my shoulders, not sure why. The Burning Throne, Hulking Demolishers, kind of a fair drop rate to pick up that monk tier lookalike for Demon Hunters. Jerk of the Abhorrent Chimera, Uldir Fetid Devourer, so basically that's normal mode on that particular chest piece. Seal of Karmic Return, Siege of Orgrimmar Mythic, Garrosh Hellscream, 20% on the drop rate for the belt from Mop. Moving on to the legs, which are going to be part of the same tier set as the chest. Uldir is the place, Mother is the boss, Pathogenic Leg Wraps is the name. Moving on to a Lady Night Elf Demon Hunter Oppressor's Merciless Treads, looking at regular version of Hellfire Citadel till Tyrant Velhari is the boss, Smooth Beetle Wristbands, Mugashan Vaults, LFR, various mobs for those bracers from Mop. The back is from Mythic Mechagon, as you can see, the boss, decent drop rate. The tabard, Thunder Bluff Tabard, which of course makes it Horde only. I do believe you could use the Arathi Basin Tabard for Alliance if you want to go that direction. Wild Gladiator's Helm, if you're Alliance warmongering, super easy get there. And the weapon is the Willbreaker, the Blood Furnace, Keladon the Breaker. Yeah, this is a very Demon Hunter set, and it works. Shoulder guards of Second Sight, the Nighthold Mythic, Tichondrius is the boss, 16% on the drop rate for those shoulders. Moving on to the chest, which you really can't see behind a tabard, but that's intended. Skorpashi Breastplate from Vanilla, Zul'Farrak is a dungeon, various mobs, buy it on the auction house, kind of a fair drop rate. Yes, I know, the same sword, but that sword is epic. It just works incredibly well. And unfortunately, as you might know, and I've said many times with these Transmog videos, I just can't use the program to show anything but the default artifact. So if there's an artifact piece that goes with a particular set, you could always swap it out. Its whole purpose is just to give people ideas. Anyway, moving on, the feet are from Shadow Moon Valley. It's a quest reward. Uvaros, he's a big hellhound. The gloves of Second Sight are the hands from Nighthold Mythic. As you can see, the boss, kind of a fair drop rate for those gloves. So the gloves and the shoulders, and I do think the headpiece are all from the same tier in Legion. The tabard is the Klaxi Tabard. You could also go with the Slayer's Tabard if you wanted to. Klaxi Quartermaster, gold and rep for that. Moving on to the head, Lunar Wrath headgear, the Nighthold Mythic, Priestess Lunaspire, 12% on the drop rate for the headpiece, and the weapon, Mindbender's Flame Blade. This is the mythic version of the one-handed sword. Here's an interesting look, I think. Yes, I'm getting good use out of the Fel-themed Infernal Shoulder Pads. This is the LFR version from the Burning Throne. Hulking Demolishers, kind of a low drop rate to pick that up. Now, the chest is from Hellfire Peninsula, Raging Spirit Harness. It's a quest reward. As you can see, the quest, I think that's that bombing quest that you get when you first get to Hellfire Peninsula. Moving on to the belt, which is the Bloodstorm Buckle, Uldir Mythic. Talik is the boss, 5% on the drop rate for the belt. I think this set is very, very unique looking, and it works for Demon Hunters. The legs are the Dreadhide Leggings, Stormheim and Val Shara, Doomblade Overseer, so you can have to get that from the Demonic Invasions, but that's a worthy piece to pick up. The feet are the Nightmare Rider's Boots, Bastina Twilight, which of course is from Cata. Bastina Twilight Heroic version, Cache of the Broodmother, 25% on the drop rate. The wrist, Primal Strike Bracers. This is a tough pattern to get. I don't think you can get the pattern anymore, but if there are any old school leather workers out there, they could craft it for you still. So that's a tough piece to get. The Regal Cloak is Eastern Plaguelands. There's the rare that you can get it from, or you can buy it on the auction house. The headpiece, BFA level engineering. I do think that there's a lookalike with the purple goggles for WAD level engineering that you can buy in the auction house, and the blade is the Keepers of Time Quartermaster, 45 gold for the sword. My name is Luxeley. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. Leave a like, it helps out the channel. It is a lot cheaper than donating to Patreon. Once again, I'll leave you with a final thought. Whatever it is by you, whether it's morning, afternoon, or night, make your day epic.